What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Shadowlands video. How's everybody doing? I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. Let's get some coffee, sit back, relax. We're going to do some prep videos here. We're going to do some prep videos for 9.2. First of all, again, let me know if the mic is better. I have boosted the volume quite a bit, so I think it should be better for this video. But let me know if it's not if it's really low. Once again, I can continue to work on that. So thank you for all the comments about the mic. Here's what I want to do over the next 12 days. Here's the plan. Okay, we got the plan. The plan is we want to do prep videos. Before we get to 9.2, I'm going to prep every single build that I've talked about. So far, we've kind of just been exploring all the different build options for Shaman moving into 9.2, of which I think there are plenty. But now I'm going to actually give you the nitty-gritty of each build, what I think you need to take, what Covenant you need to be, what Soulbind you need to be. I'm going to give you an example of how the build plays with the little 1-minute snippet of gameplay on how it works. And then I'm going to tell you the strengths and weaknesses of the build, like why you might want to take it, right? And then that's it. And then the last thing I'm going to do, obviously, is tell you where you need to craft your legendary, because this is going to be really important moving into 9.2. Some of you guys might have to recraft your original legendary that you have. Like if you have Doom Winds, you might have to move it to a different slot. Now, Doom Winds is actually one of the lucky ones, I think. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm going to do this for every single build. Today I'm going to be doing Legacy of the Frost Witch, because I actually wanted to do a highlight build for Legacy of the Frost Witch moving into 9.2, because I haven't done a video on it yet, and I never really got to do it. So this is a perfect time for me to showcase what I think Legacy of the Frost Witch is going to be like in 9.2. But we're going to do Skybreakers, both for Ellie and for Enhance. We're going to do Primal Lava Actuators. We're going to do Witch Doctor Wolfbones, the single target build. And we're going to do a Doom Winds build as well. And I believe that's all of them, right? Let me just check this. Nope, not that. Nope, this. So Legacy, Primal, Witch Doctor, Doom Winds, and then there is a Deeply Rooted video as well. Now the Deeply Rooted Elements video, I think I'm only going to do for Ellie, for Elemental Shaman, but we'll see. I might do an enhanced one as well. We'll see. But we're going to do a video on each of these because I want to show you how is the build looking in 9.2, what are its strengths and weaknesses, where do you craft your legendary in order to make it, and then I'm going to give you an example of like what Soulbind to take for whichever Covenant you're going to be and how the gameplay actually feels. So we're going to start with Legacy of the Frost Witch because I didn't get a chance to showcase this. So what does Legacy of the Frost Witch do? First of all, this is the effect, right? So consuming 5 stacks of Maelstrom weapon resets the cooldown on Stormstrike and causes Stormstrike to do more damage. I've been playing this on live servers right now a lot. Moving into 9.2, there's not as much room for this build anymore because there's so much emphasis on Lava Lash now, because Lava Lash spreads Flame Shock. With the Stormstrike build, you don't ever really want to press Lava Lash. Like, you just don't, and you don't actually get much of an opportunity to press it either. Now, having said that, this has become a part of our rotation now. You must press Flame Shock once, and then you have to spread it with Lava Lash. That's part of it. But the rest of the rotation is interesting, and I want to highlight a couple of different things. Number one, you can craft this legendary. Actually, no, we'll get to that later. Let me get to that later. I want to talk about the Icy Veins thing really quick. So I have these talents pulled up on Icy Veins. This build, you're going to run Elemental Spirits. I'm going to go Forceful Winds, Storm Flurry, Ellie Assault. You can switch Ellie Assault for Hailstorm if you want to do more AoE damage. It's a little bit clunkier, but it's something you can do. You could actually realistically switch into Fire Nova as well, because you get free spreading of Flame Shocks. But I think Elemental Assault is just better, and it means that you're going to have to get your AoE from somewhere else. You're going to have Sundering, and we're going to have big Primordial Wave Blasts, and they're going to give us a bunch of haste, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. And that's how you're going to make up some of the AoE ground. You are going to take Elemental Spirits with this build because of the tier set bonus, right? Feral Spirits have a chance of spawning. Obviously, if you spend Maelstrom, you have a 3% chance per stack to summon a Feral Spirit. We spend Maelstrom very, very quickly with this build. Very quickly. So your chance of getting a free wolf is actually very high. And then your Feral Spirits have a chance to give you Stormbringer. which is all we want. We just want Storm Strike to be resetting all the time. So the tier set bonus works incredibly well with Legacy of the Frost Witch. And the other thing, I'm going to read off of Icy Veins right over here. If you take Elemental Spirits, one of the imbues that you will get on your wolves is called Crackling Surge. That one. Yes. Crackling Surge. Where is it? Why isn't it showing in here? Up. Come on. Well, it's not showing in here because it's bugged right now. Let me just refresh Icy Veins. I believe if I'm reading it right, if I'm remembering right, it buffs your Storm Strike damage by 30% and your Wind Fury damage by 30%. And of course it won't load. 35%, there it goes. Increases the damage of Storm Strike and Wind Fury by 35%. So if you get a Lightning Dog on this build, not only are you getting 30% more Storm Strike damage from Legacy, you're getting 35% more Storm Strike damage from your Wolves. That's why we take Forceful Winds. You're not going to have time to press Ellie Blast with this build. You just won't, okay? And part of that is because of Primordial Wave, and I'll explain that in a minute. But this is the talent setup you want to go with. Forceful Wind, Storm Flurry, Ellie Assault, Elemental Spirits, because of the tier set bonus. This is like, they're so interactive. The Wolves interact so well with the tier set bonus for the Legacy of the Frost Switch build. You're going to want to have your Legendary. Of course, I'll tell you where to craft it in a minute. Here's the secondary effect that we're going to be getting. Each additional Lightning Bolt generated by Primordial Wave increases your haste by 10%. This is really why this build works. What you're going to do is, you're going to start out by getting a Flame Shock rolling with a Lava Lash, because you need to spread those Flame Shocks. Then you're going to press one more Flame Shock over here, or a Primordial Wave, so that you have 5 Flame Shocks out. Then you use your Maelstrom-infused Lightning Bolt to get a huge haste buff rolling, and then you just spam Storm Strikes within the haste buff window. What we're going to be fishing for is resets on Primordial Wave, and that gives me to the Soulbind. So you're obviously going to play Necrolord with this. This is what I'm recommending. Necrolord with Legacy of the Frost Witch. You're going to take Emini. You're not going to take Plague Divisor or Bonesmith. Why? Because both of these guys give you a ton of mastery. He gives you mastery right off the bat here. That's what this does. And then Bonesmith gives you tons of mastery down here. Mastery doesn't matter for this build because it doesn't buff Storm Strike damage. Yes, it increases, it increases your chance to get a Stormbringer proc, but it's not by that much. Buffing your mastery will take the proc chance from like 1.7% to like 2.2%, which is not that big of a deal. The bigger part of mastery is buffing your Fire, Frost, and Nature damage. Storm Strike does not do nature damage. Storm Strike, in fact, only does physical damage. Also, important to know, where is it here? Wind Fury Weapon. Wind Fury Weapon also does, you guessed it, physical damage. So our auto attacks and our Storm Strike and our Wind Fury Weapon all do physical damage. So getting mastery is not good. Now, we take Emini. This is the only conduit you must have, although I'm going to recommend all these conduits here. So I think you should go Tumbling Waves. You must have Tumbling Waves, because if you get resets on Primordial Wave, you can chain the haste effect over and over and over again, and I'm going to display that in a minute. Then you need to take this one. Focus Lightning got buffed like crazy. And then you need to take Unruly Winds. You could take Magma Fist because you're going to be pressing Lava Lash a little bit, but you're really not going to be pressing it that much. So I would recommend these 3 conduits here: Tumbling Waves, Focus Lightning, Unruly Winds. You're going to go Emini, and that's it. That's the setup. So on pull, your Wind Fury Totem doesn't matter. Just get it down early. Your Fleshcraft doesn't matter, like in terms of giving you a buff. You're not getting the buff anymore. So it's all about getting the Primordial Wave resets to get your Lightning Bolts going, and that gives you a huge haste buff. And the haste buff is what fuels the Storm Strikes. And also, it's going to fuel your dogs to do more damage as well. So we're going to start the fight with a Flame Shock into a Lava Lash, and then you're going to get one more Lava Lash spread, and right before you're about to do your Maelstrom-infused Lightning Bolt, you press your dogs, okay? And I'm going to show you how it works right now, okay? I'll talk later at the end about where to craft your Legendary. Pretty important to not mess that up moving in Tempo 2, but here is the rotation right here, okay? So here we go. Flame Shock first. Spread it. We're going to crash. We are going to press Storm Strike. Okay, we got this ready. We're going to do Flame Shock over there, Primordial Wave over here, and then we're going to do Dogs, and we're going to go. Here we go. Every time I press Chain Lightning, it gives me a Storm Strike back. And the dogs are giving me Storm Strike as well. You have to fit in the occasional lava lash, in order to reset all your flame shocks and keep them going. So that's important. Oh, I just pressed that as a mistake. What you don't want to do is ever press Storm Strike if you just got a reset on... you don't want to press your Chain Lightning if you got a reset on your Storm Strike. You gotta be careful about that. Primordial Wave's coming back. We're going to get the buff again. Keep pressing Chain Lightning into Storm Strike. Here's Primordial Wave. Didn't get a reset. That's unfortunate. We're just going to put a Flame Strike over there. Here comes Lightning Bolt. We're in our window again. Big damage here. Chain Lightning. Storm Strike. Storm Strike. Chain Lightning. Storm Strike. Crash. Spread with Lava Lash. Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning. Storm Strike. Chain Lightning. Storm Strike. Over and over and over again. You can see that's how it kind of works. I did lose my Flame Shocks there because I was a bit lazy. But that's the idea. We're going to get one more rotation here in. I just want to see if we get a reset on Primordial Wave because it's really annoying. If you don't, it would be really good to see that in action. Of course, the testing that I did a minute ago on this, I was getting tons of resets. So that is the nature of this build. Sometimes you won't get the reset you're looking for, which is unfortunate. You just got to work with it. Okay, we got all our Flame Shocks out. Dogs are coming back. Primordial Wave into Dogs, into Lightning Bolt, and we go. Huge haste. Look at our haste right now. 99%. 99% haste. It means the Dogs' auto attacks are faster as well. You can see them attacking. It means you're going to get resets on your Storm Strike. Okay, we keep going. And one more Flame Shock and spread. And then we're going to just try one more time. I know, guys. I know. I really just want to... I want you to see the haste buff chaining into the other haste buff. I really want to help you to understand that. Because it's really cool. Get a Lava Lash in there. Sundering while you can. You can see that if we had taken other buttons like Elemental Blast, there's just no time to press them. Just really no time at all. Okay. Primordial Wave. We didn't get it. That's so unfortunate. Okay, haste buff, we go. Haste buff, go. We have 86% haste this time. Oh, I screwed it up. Chain Lightning into Storm Strike. Crash, Storm Strike, Chain Lightning into Storm Strike. Chain Lightning into Storm Strike. That's how it works. So that was like a really unfortunate. We did 4 or 5 in a row there and didn't get a proc. But that's how the build works. If you do get a proc, all you do is you don't spend it right away because you have the haste buff rolling. So you want to wait till the haste buff is about to fall off, and then you're gonna hit it again. Okay? So that's how the build works. In AoE situations, you're just going Chain Lightning into Storm Strike. Obviously, you're gonna crash, but you just Chain Lightning, Storm Strike, Chain Lightning, Storm Strike, back to back to back to back to back, and you can see how much the damage goes up here, right? Our Storm Strike, we get to cast it so many times, and because of our talents, it helps to trigger it a bunch of extra times. The Dogs are giving us Storm Strike damage and Wind Fury damage. So you can see the Wind Fury attack is almost 10%, which is really, really good. The haste, you want to try and time the haste buff with your Feral Spirits out so that they are also attacking quickly. Because if they're attacking quickly, then they have a chance to trigger your tier set bonus. Okay? That's how the build works. It's very simple, and it's very fast. You get like this Lust window. Actually, it's better than Lust. It's way better. It's like a double Lust window every 30 seconds or so. Every 45 seconds. If you get a reset, it's obviously even better. But that's how the build works, and that is the Legacy of the Frostwitch. Let me just say where you want to craft your legendary. So it's really important to make sure that you understand that the tier set bonus is going to be taking up a large chunk of your options when it comes to where you want to put your gear, right? So the best place to put Legacy of the Frostwitch right now is it can go on your neck or your wrist. Your neck is the best spot for sure because tier set bonuses are not going to interact with the neck at all. And there is a piece of gear that drops in the new raid that ends up on your wrist. So if you craft your legendary onto your wrist and then you go into the raid and you get a drop on your wrist, you're going to be very sad. Right? So this wrist drop is not part of the tier set bonus, but it's just a piece of gear that drops from the raid. So, this is just normal difficulty. If you're doing heroic, let's say, then the eye level is going to be 272. It's already going to be better than your legendary, right? If you get up to mythic, it's 285. So, here's the rule of thumb moving into 9.2. If you're going to craft a legendary, the safe spaces are jewelry, so neck, ring, and then your back, and then your wrist is like the last safe place. But the absolute safe place is your back, your neck, or your 2 rings. That is exactly where you want to put your legendaries. And in particular for this one, Legacy of the Frost Witch, you can go neck would be the primary spot you'd want to put it. Okay? Yeah. That's it, guys. That's Legacy of the Frost Witch. That's my little synopsis. Let me just give you a final rundown of everything. I'm going to try the rotation one more time. I want to see if I get a reset on Primordial Wave because it's really annoying that I can't tell you. But here's the final rundown. What are you going to do? You're going to go Necrolord. You're going to pick Emini because Emini gives you this agility boost every single time you press Primordial Wave. And if it resets, you get the agility boost again. You're going to run Tumbling Waves into Focus Lightning, into Unruly Winds. That's the setup that you're going to want to have. You're going to craft your legendary on your neck. Legacy of the Frost Witch should go on your neck to avoid it interfering with the rest of your gear. That's it, right? Because you're going to get the belt as well. Nothing can go in your belt anymore. The main play style that you're looking at, spread your Flame Shocks with your Lava Lash so that when your Primordial Wave comes down and you hit it with Lightning Bolt, you get the most haste you can possibly get. That is the gameplay style. You're setting up with the fire stuff, set up with Flame Shock, set up with Lava Lash, get those going, then do your Primordial Wave and hit your Lightning Bolt into your dogs. Make sure your dogs are out when that's happening. Very critical. So that the dogs' auto attacks are faster and they're triggering your tier set bonus. Here's how it would look. Okay? This, spread it. We're going to crash. Hit Storm Strike because we can. One more Flame Shock over here. Primordial Wave. Didn't get a reset because this game hates us. Into a Lightning Bolt and go, 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 go. Summon the dogs. And we're going. The dogs also have a boosted amount of attack speed. They're giving us lots of procs on Storm Strike. See the procs we're getting on Storm Strike? If we don't get a proc on Storm Strike, you can get it yourself with Lightning Bolt. Or Chain Lightning. And of course, every single time you press Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt, you have a chance of summoning a dog. So it's like, it just really synergizes with the tier set bonus really, really well. We love it. We'll go one more rotation here on Primordial Wave, and then I'm going to be done, okay? Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, spread with Lava Lash. You got to fit in those Lava Lashes when you can, okay? Remember, we're resetting our Storm Strike all the time. Here comes Primordial Wave. Didn't get it. That's okay. Crash, add a Flame Shock over there, and Lightning Bolt, and go, 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 go. Chain Lightning, Storm Strike, Chain Lightning, Storm Strike, Chain Lightning, Storm Strike, Crash, Storm Strike, Chain Lightning, Storm Strike, Storm Strike, Storm Strike, Chain Lightning, and that's it. So there you go. That's how speedy it gets, right? We didn't even get a single reset, which is like, that's actually very uncommon. It has like a 30-some-odd% chance, right? So really unfortunate there that we didn't get that, but 34% chance. It's really stupid. But that's the build, guys. That's Legacy of the Frost Witch. So moving into 9.2, I do think that this build, if you kind of fell in love with this build, this is something that you can run in 9.2. It will work. And this is the setup that you want to run for it. Again, you're fishing for resets with Primordial Wave. It's all about this cool haste buff that you're getting. And you're trying to fit your Feral Wolves into every single haste buff that you get, because they will be getting you more procs on Storm Strike. That's how it works. Okay? That's the first build, guys. I'm going to do a build for Skybreakers for both Ellie and Enhance. We're going to do a Primal Lava Actuators build. We're going to do a Doomwinds build. We're going to do a Witch Doctor Wolfbones build, and we're going to do a Deeply Rooted Elements build. I'm going to tell you which Covenant you should pick with all of these, what Soulbind you should pick. I'm going to go over all of it, okay, in the future videos coming up. So that's what we're doing. We're prepping for 9.2. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you once again for all the subscriptions and all the comments. Let's keep those conversations going. Give me some feedback on the mic. Let me know if the volume is okay, and I will see you guys in the next one.